If you are a motorcycle enthusiast, then it's safe to say that you are living in the best time possible to like bikes. That's because we have so much of options now for us today. Whether you like street bikes, sports bikes, cruisers, commuter bikes, scooters, whatever you want, we have it. And India especially is growing so much, it's a very important market. So much so that now we have a Jawa and a Benelli in the 350cc cruiser segment. Before, Royal Enfield was the only one who took part in that, but now we have two more. And with us today is the newest one. This is the Benelli Imperiale 400. So retro classic design motorbikes have withstood the test of time, and they are by far one of the most popular segments of motorcycles you can get across the world. Even though every major manufacturer is moving towards new technology, they still always have a retro classic design motorcycle in their fleet. And now Benelli's brought into India the Benelli Imperiale 400, and this bike is absolutely beautiful to look at. In my honest opinion, this has to be one of the best looking bikes in this segment. The only two other bikes are, of course, the Jawa and the Royal Enfield Classic 350. This one looks a lot bigger and the overall build quality is really, really good. I love the way it's nice and long and it's got a low silhouette. So it's got the nice classic round headlight. It's got the teardrop fuel tank. It's also got these nice tank pads on him. I love the way the seat has been set up. It's very traditional. It's very nice and wide. And then, of course, you've got forks at the front and these traditional springs at the back. Of course, this one gets a 19-inch front tire and an 18-inch at the rear, and this one gets disc brakes as well. Overall, though, there is no technology in this bike. The only thing that it gets is ABS, and of course, that's very essential on Indian roads, and we're very happy that Benelli has launched this bike with ABS. But other than that, there's nothing else. This bike is a proper retro bike, and it looks like a retro bike from everything you see about it, and I love the way it's all black. It looks very good. Coming to the engine, this is now the largest engine we have in the sub 400cc cruiser segment. This one is a 375cc unit. It's a single cylinder and it's air cooled. This one gets about 21 brake horsepower and 29 Nm of torque. So it doesn't have the most horsepower for sure, but it does have a lot of torque. Overall, I do think that this engine is a very nice, refined engine. We've ridden it for about 150 kilometers on the highway and some nice mountain roads, and I think it's a very good bike. The acceleration is not the quickest. It doesn't punch you forward, but it does feel very nice, very smooth. And overall, there are no vibrations whatsoever on the handlebar, on the foot pegs, or on your seat at all. Again, the suspension setup is very soft, and I love the way they've set it up because for Indian road conditions, this is a perfect setup that they've done. The Jawa was very stiff, and the Royal Enfield was a little bit on the stiff side as well, but this one is very, very nice. This also gets a pretty good ground clearance, so riding in urban conditions will be very nice for you. The handlebars are not the widest, so it will be very maneuverable in traffic. However, this is the heaviest bike in this segment. This weighs more than 200 kilograms, which is actually very, very heavy. But let me just tell you, once you start riding this bike, you will not feel that weight whatsoever. The seat height is not very high, so you can comfortably sit on this with your feet touching the ground, and it's very easily manageable. The front end feels nice and light. It's not too stiff, and it provides great feedback. The brakes, however, could have been a little bit better, but still they work just fine because you're not really going too fast on this bike anyways. The engine's also made it to a 5-speed manual transmission, and like most Benellis that I've ridden before, it takes a little time to get used to the transmission because to switch up, you gotta really put your foot up and click your toes up really high. Other than that though, nothing really bad about this bike. The build quality is really good. It's the best build quality that I've seen in this segment so far. This is of course an Italian, even though it's made in China, the design is Italian. And this bike really feels like it could be a very good product. It's priced at rupees 1.69 lakh ex-showroom, which is not bad at all because the Jawa is priced just a little bit below that. And if you want the 42 version of the Jawa, that goes even more than this bike. So it's actually a very good option. If you like the retro classic style, this is certainly a very good option for you. It's definitely not going to be the most engaging bike. This is not a performance bike. This is a retro bike. So you can't expect the sharpest handling, of course. Still though, nothing negative to say. Everything has been really spot on, and I'm actually really impressed with this bike. And Benelli is being very aggressive in the Indian market right now. They've already launched 4 products. And this is now their cheapest product in India, and it's a very good product. And we are yet to see what's going to happen with the Indian economy, because Royal Enfield themselves are, having a loss of sales in the last couple of months, and we don't know which way the market's heading in. But if you are looking for a motorbike and you are looking for a retro classic and you can't afford a Triumph or a Harley Davidson, I really think that this bike right here is a great alternative. It's a niche product because no one else has it right now, and I'm sure you'll have lots of fun with it and you'll look good on it too.